Ow, dude.
Man.
What?
I don't like... those are corny.
This is our thing, though.
No, it's your thing.
But
I'm not doing it.
Is that you don't like that?
No.
I have the idea of starting each episode with a different
Little poppy sound?
Yeah, you know.
There's
like,
some good ones, though. You're not naming any of them.
Kaplow? Is that what it is right now? That was okay. I think you're rude and you're jealous.
Well, I think you're unoriginal, so.
I have a way to start a show and you don't. What's up, man?
Hanging out again. This is the day after the Guild podcast.
Yeah, he's a cool guy, right?
Yeah.
I like that guy a lot.
that was a fun one.
Yeah, he's fucking funny and he knows a lot of shit. And he surprised me when he brought up Linkin Park.
Yeah,
I was like surprised about that. That's not a band that a lot of people own up to.
And
right off the bat.
Before that, we were talking to him for like a good hour about all kinds of other shit.
Yeah,
he's just pretty tight.
Today though, man.
Yeah.
Today, I'm so excited. I mean, I don't really even know where to start in terms of an introduction. I mean, obviously this guy's a mixed martial artist, but beyond that, I mean, this dude's like one of the top guys in the world. You know, he's like easily top 5 welterweights. I think he's been injured for a little bit. I know he was supposed to fight Kelvin Gastelum.
Yeah.
Pulled out. But I've been seeing him training and stuff like that, so I think he's active again. We'll see. Either way, our guest for today is Matt Brown, who is the UFC welterweight, 170, and goddamn, like probably one of the guys that's taken place since like I've had like a couple. I think he's on at least 2 of the fights in like my favorite fights of all time, right? Like the top 10 list.
He's one of those guys that when he gets matched up with somebody, like when the Robbie Lawler matchup was announced, everybody was like holy
oh
shit.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. He's so exciting. He's had like 4. He's like multiple fight of the night winner and shit. Yeah, that guy's awesome.
Yeah, he's one of those dudes that like bites down on his mouthpiece and just goes for it.
Yeah.
So I'm excited. We have questions from Redditors to ask him as well, which is exciting. It's like the first time I kind of reached out to Reddit and was like, hey, you know,
what's up?
And they like kind of flooded me with some questions. So
Good ones too.
Yeah, I was excited.
Going through them.
Stuff I would never have thought to ask. And there's a lot of stuff that's been happening kind of like in mixed martial arts in the past week, news-wise, that I know a lot of people want. You know, the fighters' opinions on. Yeah. So we'll get the opportunity to ask them that. Other than that, that's pretty much what's going on with us. I'm excited for this. It's gonna be fun. Thank you to all the new listeners because I know we're probably getting some new people, whether it be from Reddit or you know if Matt shares it. But yeah, let's do it, man. Fucking Matt Brown. Well, first of all, man, I want to thank you for doing this. We're big fans. This is kind of what we do. Is we just want to talk to the people that we enjoy, that we think are awesome, that inspire us. And you are probably one of my favorite fighters of all time, and one of the greatest fighters of all time. Easily the most exciting right now, in my opinion, a welterweight. So again, just thank you so much for doing this, and I'm really looking forward to picking your brain. We got some shit to ask you, and. But yeah, right off the bat, I just want to thank you, man.
Yeah, no problem, man. It's my pleasure.
Cool, man. First of all, I want to find out how you're doing. I know you haven't fought in a little while. I know you had an injury a while back. You were slated to fight Gastelum. So how are you doing? I see you're training again on some of your Instagram posts. But how is everything? How are you feeling?
No, I'm training every day, twice a day. You know, just I'm not going to be cleared. My finger, I had to get surgery on my hand. On the one of the extensor tendons has been torn for a couple of years, so I finally got surgery on it, and I'm not going to be cleared until like mid-February.
Okay.
So, you know, I'm still doing a lot of lifting and everything, and but you know, it's more of a just doing what I can with 3 fingers, you know. So
Right.
It's getting better every day, though.
Was that an injury that happened during training, obviously, or was it something you had happened in a fight or?
Yeah, it happened in training before I fought Robbie Lawler.
Okay.
So it's like on a year and a half, 2 years. And then, like you see in the fight, a lot of people thought I broke my hand. But, I hit it again. And it wasn't broke, but, torn ligament or torn tendon, I should say, in sagittal pans also. And,
gotcha.
It just doesn't feel very good, So
yeah.
Man, I'm surprised that's the full extent of injuries that you got out of that fight. That was a fucking ridiculous fight. I mean, that's what you walked away with? Jesus Christ. That was 5 rounds of just fucking mayhem. It was insane.
Well, that happened before the fight. So.
Okay, that's right.
Yeah. During the fight, it was a pretty cool fight, but just had like facial injuries, and some bumps and bruises, nothing major.
You know, it's really interesting because the only, I think, 2 losses you've had in your last 10, if I'm correct, are to the former and now current champion. So, I mean, it's pretty much you and them two. Like, I think it's on any given day, these guys are going to beat one. I mean, it's so hard for me when I hear these matchups being made, I don't even know who the fuck's going to win. How do you feel about what's going on in welterweight right now? Because it's heated up so much since GSP stepped down. His last 2 years have been insane, and you know it's opened things up a lot. And you're one of the guys that, like I said, stand right next to fucking Condit, to Hendricks, to Lawler. And how do you feel about this? This is exciting. I feel like this is the most exciting era in welterweight.
Yeah, I mean, I don't even really pay too much attention to what goes on outside myself, really. I mean, I'll follow just because I don't really have a choice. I'm involved in it's my hobbiness. But outside, I mean, I don't put really any focus on what's going on. I don't really care what other people are doing. I wake up every day and I focus on what I'm gonna do, and I just try to make my that 1% better myself. And like what I say, if I just get that 1% better myself, by next year this time I'll be at 365% better. So as long as I do that every day, I don't care about the rest of the division. They can just keep doing what they're doing, and I'm going to keep getting better and just inching closer to what they got.
Well, it's working, man. Do you want to pull a question from Reddit, or what? Do you have a question, Julian?
Actually, I want to ask do you know if you come back, or I don't know when you come back? Is the Kelvin Gastelum fight still on?
Is that the matchup? Or?
Yeah, or you guys gonna try to figure another matchup out?
Gastelum, I have no real intentions to fight Gastelum. I mean, I'll fight anybody any day.
Right.
I mean, if he wants to fight down the parking lot, I'm cool with that. But I don't really, in terms of my career, it's not really. I mean, he lost to Neil, and he looked pretty unimpressive. He ain't really done nothing. He ain't done what I've done. So, I don't. I mean, they called me and asked me to fight him. I don't care. I'll fight him, but it's not really, anything I'm, reaching out to grab or anything.
Right. So you don't necessarily have your sights on anybody. I mean, obviously, I know you just want to, you're so close.
Yeah. I mean, I just want to find a good, tough guy. Good, tough guy. You got. Unfortunately, this the world we live in now with the, you got to try to get a ranked guy. I mean, that's what, it's the way things work. It's not really about just fighting whoever. So. Like Woodley was talking some shit to me, so I'm down to fight him. I was talking some shit to him too.
Oh man.
So it's like, I'm down to fight. He'd be a great opponent, but he's probably just gonna be a bitch about it, and you just keep trying to, duck and avoid everybody he can and get it, quickest, easiest way to the title shot.
Yeah.
So,
Oh, I would love that match.
And that's, it's just a different, different way of going about your career. I do this shit. I wake up every day because I love fighting motherfuckers. I like fighting people, and I like testing myself and seeing what I'm about, seeing what I can do, and I just want to go to that limit every day. Whereas you got someone like Woodley who just wants to get a paycheck and wants to find the easiest route to that paycheck. To me, that's I don't know. That's not really what this sport's about, and I would be sad if I woke up and that's how my mentality was. If I look back on myself, look back on my career, and thought, man, I didn't even, push myself or test myself. I just did what I could to make a paycheck.
Mm-hmm.
There ain't no way to live, in my opinion.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think and it's working for you as well, man. I want to go a little into your background. I want to find out a little bit about where you started. How old were you when you started fighting, and what kind of combat sport experience do you have past this?
I was pretty old. I was like 22, 24, maybe a little bit younger, maybe 22 or 23. And I didn't have any combat sports experience outside of, stupid ass street fights and stuff like that, Oh, excuse me. Sorry. I just, no, I didn't do anything, man. So, mixed martial arts was the catalyst for me to get away from the drugs and partying and all that kind of stuff, So I just happened to be good at it. It wasn't, I fell into it sort of, the byproduct of, just trying to get away from, change my life for the better. And it just changed my life for a hell of a lot better instead of a little bit better, you know. So,
Yeah. That's incredible, because to be competing at such a high level with having, you know, you're telling me that you were a brawler essentially, and you still, I mean, obviously that's your style now. I know you fucking bite down on your mouthpiece and you brawl, but goddamn, now we're having
well,
guys.
a lot of people consider that my style, but that's not really my style. They call me technical-brawler.
Technical-brawler, yeah.
Man, like,
That's a
like,
perfect
I know
word
what
for
I'm
it.
doing. Yeah, man, I know what I'm doing in there from beginning to end, you know. And it's not really, you know, people call it brawling, but really I ain't been in that many back and forth, quote unquote brawls.
Yeah.
You know, like that's just not really what I do. You know, people, I think people see things on the outside that don't really, you know, aren't really educated. And, you know, someone like Joe Rogan, you know, maybe he says that, you know what I mean? But like, he ain't even never been under them lights, you know, under that pressure situation, you know what I mean? So he's going to say some shit like that, but, you know, who's he to say, you know what I mean? Like, you don't even know what he's talking about, you know?
Yeah. And no, I didn't mean to insinuate that you didn't apply any kind of technical, you know, skill to fighting. I just meant that ultimately we're having guys now that are, you know, fucking Olympic level, you know, wrestlers, and it's like, oh my God, to start as a 22-year-old and come from the streets and use that as your background is so crazy and so awesome. That's what I meant. You know, I know now you're one of the most technical guys in the world. I mean, it's insane. I did. That's not what I meant at all. I just, it's incredible.
That, you know, like
but I get what you're saying. Yeah.
Yeah, man. I just assume, you know, you're probably just repeating what the, you know, the common sentiment of me is, and you know, and I think that. Yes, I wasn't attacking you or anything. I mean, I just think that, you know, these people, you know, like, you know, they hear one person, you know, you got like these analysts and shit that, you know, don't know nothing about it, and then, you know, they say something and it sticks, you know.
Oh, yeah.
And not just Joe Rogan, you know, I kind of call him out, like, he's got a good voice, you know, he's articulate, but, you know, that's his thing. He speaks well. It ain't like, you know what I mean? It don't mean he understands the shit. You know, there's other guys, you know, worse than him, you know, that don't really know nothing about it, you know, but they get a lot of fame, and, you know, that's the way the world works, I guess, you know, if you're a good marketer, good selling yourself, that's what people want to see.
Yeah, absolutely.
So do you
clickbait stuff, that's what people want. They don't want, you know, the truth. They don't want to hear, you know, how things really are.
Mm-hmm. Do you like to keep up with like the media's opinion on yourself or anything? Do you like look up, like Google search your name or anything like that at any point?
I don't know if your line is bad or what. You're really hard to hear.
Oh, okay.
He was asking. He said, are you ever curious as to what people are saying about you in the media, or is that something you just totally try to avoid in general?
Oh yeah, no. I read it all the time. I'm a forum junkie. I'm on the underground all the time, and
nice.
You know, I read all that stuff, man. You know, I read Twitter, all that stuff. You know, I'm adult enough, intelligent enough, whatever it takes. I don't know, but you know, enough that
you can sift
I don't let that
it,
stuff bother me.
Right.
Yeah, I can just, you know, it just goes right through. You know, but you know, I still, you know, I do it because all the people that are positive. You know, I can sift through 10 negative comments and reach out one positive person that maybe, you know, reaching up to him maybe change his life for the better, right? Maybe makes his day a little better. And it's worth it for that to me, you know, because I feel like in the position I'm in, you know, I feel like I have a little bit of a responsibility to, you know, inspire others, help others in any possible way that I can.
No, absolutely. Well, I think that's a good transition for a couple Reddit questions. Do you ever frequent Reddit at all? Or are you ever on Reddit?
Yeah, I like Reddit a lot, actually.
Cool.
Yeah.
Well, there's something that's been going on there, which is like one of the more, I guess this happened in the past week. A lot of people, you know, obviously there's highlight videos. We love looking up highlight videos of our favorite fighters. And I don't know if you've heard, but recently, a lot of them have been getting pulled. There's been a lot of
user-made content.
Yeah, it's a lot of user-made content, and it's getting pulled. I don't know if it's by the UFC. I assume it is. Either way, one of the questions, the number one question actually that everybody wants asked is, let me see, this is from Fornez on Reddit. It says, what does he think about highlight videos and the UFC taking them down? Would you retweet something in support of highlight videos? So basically, he just wants your opinion on, you know, on how you feel about what's been going on this past week.
I didn't know exactly what's been going on this last week, so can you elaborate on that a little more, maybe?
So basically, all the highlight videos that are made, they're all user-made. They're not UFC-made or anything. They're all getting taken down. They're getting all kinds.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Right.
Yeah, I must have missed that. Okay, that's what you were saying. Damn, yeah, that's crazy, man. You know, I don't know, man. You know, the UFC's just they turned into a corporation. You know, well, I mean, they are a corporation. You know, they're just going real corporate, real. You know, and it's not really like I don't really like it. I don't really enjoy it like that, but I don't know. I mean,
it's a little weird, right? Because
I don't hold anything against anybody for doing that either. Like with Dana and Fertitas and them. I mean, you know, if I'm in their position, I'm gonna keep trying to make all the money I can too, right? You know, I'm not gonna,
right.
You know what I mean. So I get what they're doing and all the things with the Reebok and they're paying gifts on like the Underground and and now they're taking down Hollywood video. Seems like I get it, like they. They're trying to protect themselves, so I get it.
Yeah, I agree. I can understand. I can definitely understand. I guess the issue is
I like to think that if I was in that position, I wouldn't do it. But I can't really say.
Who knows,
that,
right?
Yeah.
Who knows?
So,
well, cool.
Yeah, I hope that I wouldn't.
The one of the next questions is from Tyler456. He says, "How would you feel about a fight between you and Diaz, and how do you think that fight would go?"
No, that'd be really cool, man. I mean, man, Diaz is a good fight with everybody, and it's a big fight for sure.
Yeah.
So that's a big thing. Outside of that, I don't really have any interest other than the fact that it's just a big fight. It's gets exposure and raise some money, whatever. So a funny story, actually, I got a lot of respect for Nick Diaz, man. The first UFC I ever went to in my life, he fought, and that was UFC 49, and he was out in the crowd, hanging out, and I was just a bum off the street, whatever, And I was like, "Hey, Nick, what's up, man? I just watched you fight." There wasn't hardly. There was probably like 5,000-10,000 people at the arena. You know what I mean? It was when Couture fought Belfort, and the second time or third, one of them I can't remember. And it was he was real personable, real cool, and he lost the fight. I want to say he fought Carl Parisian that night.
Okay.
But, he lost the fight, whoever it was, and it was a controversial. And he was still cool. He'd come out and was hanging out with everybody, and it was pretty cool, man.
That's what I've heard about him. I've heard he's a really nice, personable guy. You wouldn't think that from the way he fights in the cage, though. I think that's what people would like, that matchup, man. I think that's why that question was asked, because you guys are not necessarily similar in style, but definitely like to push the pace and push the. I think that'd be awesome.
Yeah, it definitely makes for a interesting matchup too. So we both like to stand and strike, but we have very, very, very different striking styles.
Yeah, absolutely. Too. The next question comes from, I guess this is Matan. I don't know what that is. Who are your favorite MMA fighters, past and present?
Oh, it kind of changes all the time. I watch everybody, all the time. I watch every UFC. I watch, so it kind of the times, but I would say probably one of my top ones, funny enough, nobody would really speak about it, is GSP.
Oh, yeah.
And, mainly because, the way that he lost to Masser and then he came back and it wasn't, a lot of people criticize him for coming back and playing safer, but I don't really look at how he did it. I look at what he did.
Yeah, he beat him.
Right?
Yeah.
He came back and demolished Masser and then went on an insane run, and I think he didn't lose like a round for like 5 years or something. So I respect that a lot.
So George St. Pierre, yeah,
he's probably one of the top ones, and also because he was never one to lie to the cameras or anything. He would tell you like, look, this guy's he's scary or he's good, or and he admitted to like seeing a mental coach and. Like all this stuff is like, that's real shit, you know what I mean? It's not, it's not this phony bullshit, Demetrius Johnson would be another one, mainly.
Oh, yeah, DJ.
Mainly for his skill set. I would say, I think, man, gosh, that's a good question. Because I watch a lot more boxing, wrestling, things like Muay Thai.
Just combat sports. You just like combat sports.
Yeah, I watch more other combat sports. Those are the guys I probably model myself after closer than mixed martial artists.
Right.
So, it'd be a lot easier for me to pick out, boxers or wrestlers
Okay.
or mixed martial artists.
The next question comes from Plan Brian. He says, do you ever take hard shots to the head in sparring? And does it ever happen often, or is it every once in a while? It's kind of a weird question.
So I'm assuming this question is sort of directed towards, with people saying like you shouldn't spar as
Right.
much.
I think so, yeah.
The concussions, all this kind of garbage. That's all bullshit, man. Like, look, if you run a marathon, what do? You go run. If you're going to be a swimmer, you jump in a pool. Like, if you're going to fight, you have to fucking fight. If you're not fighting, you're not going to be a better fighter. So there's a little bit of caveats to that, though. For one, you have to have the right training partners where you're trying to hurt each other but not injure each other.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the same with the head. Like, you're trying to touch them in the head, but you're not chipping off their head off. And you have to, the hardest thing is finding people that don't have egos, don't have anger problems. Because everybody in the world, and myself included, when you punch me in the head, I'm going to get pissed. But if you're my training partner, I have to accept that you're going to do that and not get pissed about it.
Yeah.
So if you got the wrong, so to me, it's more about having the right training partners than whether you should spar or not. You have to spar. You're gonna decelerate if you're not sparring. You're not gonna develop, and you're not gonna get better. You have to spar, and you do have to take some shots. Like, as part of the game, as part of what we do. And maybe one boxer in the 100+ year history of boxing that didn't spar, and they do hard rounds. So it's not a. Everybody wants to come up with the new best thing. Everybody wants to come up, be the brilliant genius that changed the game.
Mm-hmm.
There ain't no change in the game. The shit's been around. People have been doing combat sports for thousands of years. We ain't got to, it's not about changing the game. It's about implementing the right game. Everybody, all the techniques are out there. All the stuff is out there. All the knowledge is out there. It's just about how you implement it. And some people implement it stupidly, right? They want to spar every day, or they get hit, and they get pissed, and then they get hit harder,
Okay.
or they swing back harder, whatever. I mean, it's a pretty simple thing, It's just simply about implementing it and executing it properly.
So you think a lot of it
to
may
me,
have to do with ego, then? Because
absolutely.
Okay. Because some camps definitely spar harder and get injured more and are more prone to those kinds of things. And then there's some that don't really happen. And some of them say, well, it's because we don't spar hard. And some of them say, well, no, it's because we know how to spar. So
exactly. It's about knowing how to spar. If you're not sparring, then like I say, you're not evolving like I am. I spar. We used to spar, 4 or 5 times a week, and for months at a time. But it's not, it depends on what you consider sparring,
Right.
Like a lot of people don't consider sparring until you're, banging it out, right? But that's, we can, we have different names for everything. It could be sparring, and then we do hard rounds, and then, like a Shark Tank. I mean, there's all these multiple different ways. It's about implementing them properly, and everything has a time and a place.
Mm-hmm. So Shark Tank, that's the one where you're going against, like, I think each round is a different person, right?
Well, it could be. It depends. Again, on a lot different. There's a lot of different ways to do it.
Okay.
Generally it'd be like it's more of a survival thing. Usually, like it'd be somewhere at the end of a workout. You'd be generally you do with grappling, not really with sparring, because that defeats the purpose. But you do like 5 different people stand around you, and each person is on you until you get out of that bad position. When you escape that bad position, the next person jumps in and puts you in a bad position.
That is
so
crazy.
Sounds grueling.
Yeah, so it's about different. There's different ways to implement that too. Some people just stay in for simply 1 minute or 2 minutes, whatever. But the idea is always a fresh person. You're always in a bad person. You're learning how to survive when you're dead.
Jesus Christ, that's so gnarly.
Yeah. So it's like, what they call it a Shark Tank, like you're underwater, you're drowning, and you got to survive,
God, I wouldn't last I wouldn't even last 30 seconds. I would just, okay, I'm done, I'm tapped. I mean, that's insane.
A lot of people don't. A lot of people, you find out a lot about a person when you do something like that. People give up. And So that's another one where you got to have smart training partners because you're already beat. Like there's no way you're going to win all those scenarios. You are going to lose. Like that's the point. They want to put you in a losing scenario, and how do you
get out of that?
You learn. You have to learn is a learned skill how to react, right? So you constantly in that losing scenario. If you don't have the right partners, they're gonna fuck you up. You know what I mean? Like you're gonna get injured. They have the chance to injure you right there. You know what I mean? And maybe you do get out of something, right? And if he gets mad about it, now he does. Like I said, he's gonna have an opportunity to injure you if he wants to.
One of the things that's getting really popular now is our fighters talking about movement, about these movement trainers, like Conor McGregor having his movement coach. And Luke Rockhold's another guy, and these are now belt holders. So how do you feel about this? Is this something you implement into your training, or is this just totally insane?
My movement should teach me how to move my elbows into people's faces. So, I got a movement coach.
So you're not doing any movement exercises on the beach or anything like that?
Nah, it's garbage, man. These guys, they're doing runners. They're wrong. It's like doing yoga or, you know what I mean? You're going to, I think Conor kind of popularized it and, made it famous. I know Conor had been doing it for a while. Maybe Rockhold been doing it. Yeah, but that stuff, like, I think they're using that stuff, like, to get people talking about it, when that's not, the vast majority of the training has nothing to do with that. It's just a little thing they're doing on the side, they're doing it for fun, to maybe stay a little looser, maybe learn a little something, maybe makes you feel a little better, whatever, but that's not, I think what's getting them better. Did you ever, the Sugar Ray Robinson about movement coaches and shit, or, or Alexander Carolyn, you know what I mean? Or, Samar Pakaroon, you know what I mean? You look at the greats, what were they doing? Were they doing movement coach shit?
Yeah.
They have
I guess it's
a portal anywhere around them.
People, I guess, have just been wondering, like, well, is it, I guess it's worth taking a look at, because when you see a guy like Conor talk about something like that. And also, I think that was another question on Reddit. How do you feel about Conor now? I know it's kind of switching tracks, but
yeah, okay. Well, real quick, I'll just say, look, Conor won in spite of the movement training, not because of the movement training, right? But my feeling about Conor, you like the guy, man. He's a smart kid, and he's proven himself to be a good fighter, and he's backed up everything that he said, so you have to respect that.
Yeah, right.
You have to. I mean, there's just no way you can't. And he seems like, he's a true warrior, a true fighter, from all things he says. But like I always say, I've said a million, the truth always comes out in sport. And I don't think the truth of him has truly been exposed yet. And, maybe we're going to find out, he's a real true warrior and, he's going to keep backing up everything. I got a feeling, the truth is going to come out and he's going to be, average to above average fighter. And
okay. So yeah,
it's just a feeling. I could be wrong.
Why do you say that? Yeah, no. Why do you? I want to know what makes you feel that way.
Well, I just haven't seen anything out of him, that is like truly impressive. To the point where, to indicate that he's going to be, a champion for a long time or anything. So that's why I said like above average fighter. Like he's already been above average, right?
Right.
You see someone like Cormier when he comes in, like you knew right away, like damn, this dude's something special. I mean, of course, his credentials help that too. But you see, or John Jones, he come in, you're like, damn, this dude's special. We know he became champion. We weren't surprised. Nobody was surprised. And the fact that he's been this dominant, as long as he has, is just
it's a good point.
Then we weren't expecting, right? With Conor, you look at him and you're like, he does this good, but
it's kind of mind blowing every time he does it. Out? Yeah, right.
Kind of, a little bit, yeah. And you can't, for me, and I bet most other people, you probably kind of look at it like, okay, when's the real truth gonna come out? Like when's he gonna get into a real fight? I thought Jose would do it. Of course, he caught that punch, so. Things happen, but
Well, he's got
I think
RDA.
today's the time.
He's fighting RDA next, so I think if anybody's going to do it, it's going to be that guy, because that guy's a fucking beast, and I don't know.
Sure.
That is going to be insane. I'm surprised he's even getting that fight, to be honest with you. It seems like kind of a big jump, and a kind of a big gamble by the UFC, but I'm down. It's going to be cool. So I think
kind of, you know, in one way it is, in another way it's not, because
right.
Look, if he loses, he's got a pre-made excuse. Oh, 155 ain't for me.
That's true. And he's still got a belt. Whoops. Yeah, that's true.
Still got the belt. Still knocked out the long-term champion in 13 seconds.
That's true.
You know what I mean?
What is your personal favorite fighting moment from your fighting career so far?
That's a pretty easy question, actually. So, when I fought Eric Silva in Cincinnati, the fight itself was pretty cool, but, right after, I was the main event, and my kids, wife, mom, cousin, all come in the Octagon.
Oh, shit.
So that was like the coolest thing ever, you know what I mean? Because more family came to that fight in Cincinnati than my family reunion, you know what I mean? So
wow.
It was like, that was a cool thing, just to have them all there and, bring my family together like that, and then they get to come in the Octagon after. I mean, that was just an amazing moment.
Cool. Yeah, and having everybody there, like everything you've been working for, and right next to you, I can imagine it's got to be pretty powerful.
Yeah, and I think I got 2 bonuses that night too. So
yeah, that was a tremendous fight.
It's like, hey, you can't beat that. And I think it was like one of the top 5 fights of the year. So
easily, yeah. Yeah, man, your elbows. That was another question. People were like, how is he training elbows? Are you just throwing them all through training? Is it something you're just improvising through throughout the fights, or you're almost becoming known for these now? These is crazy.
Yeah. So me and my coach Dorian Price, we now he's over in Thailand. He's been over for a while, but he's been my long time coach. And, I got another coach now, Christian Allen. We work with him too here in Colorado. But, I got to give Dorian a lot of props for helping me with those elbows. He went over to Thailand and, he learned through the sweat equity. He fought in Lumpini Stadium, and, he went over there and he learned, the real way. So he brought back, taught me a lot of things. And, a lot of people think, they must be improvised or whatever. But no, we train that shit.
We train that shit.
Me and Dorian elbow spar. Like, we actually elbow each other for 30, 45 minutes at a time.
Good Lord.
And again, I can't say it enough times. It's about the training partner. It's about the people you're working with. There's a reason why I can sit there and elbow spar with him for 30, 45 minutes and not get cut, not get hurt. There's a reason. It's because we're good. You know what I mean? Like, we're not trying to hurt each other. We're not trying to be better than the other person.
Right. You know why you're there. Yeah.
Yeah, we're simply evolving with each minute that goes by.
Damn. What is another, just switching, we don't get to talk to many fighters. The only other, we had Derek Lewis on about a year ago, who was a heavyweight, and then we had Tanya Evinger, who's the Invicta champ. So every time we have fighters on, I always have like a string of questions I like to ask. And one of them is, what's a change that you would like to see made to MMA? I know there's a lot of things that people like in terms of maybe the scoring system, or the 10 to what is it, the fuck, or 12 to 6 elbow. What's something that you're personally behind as a fighter that you really want to see happen to mixed martial arts, a change in terms of a change?
And I just got to give you one.
Yeah, or you can give me any, or as many as you want, man. We got time.
I got, let's see. First off, no time limits. Second off, either a way, way bigger cage or no fence at all, maybe like a basketball court type thing. Third off, less rules. I should be able to kick you when you're down, stomp on you, whatever. You should be able to do the same to me. Third off, the scoring system, the judging. Fourth, the reffing. Fifth, if you pop for a juice ever in your life, you're gone for life. Period. No questions asked. Ban. Fifth. I could probably come up with more, but there's a ban.
It's a goddamn reform.
Yeah, there's a ban right off the top of my head.
So, first of all, the no time limits. Do you mean just unlimited rounds until someone goes down? I mean, so just no scoring, or how would that work?
I 100% get why they don't do that. You know, I mean, it doesn't really make sense for.
But if it was up to you,
for them, yeah, but if it's up to me, no time limit at all. Like not even.
Oh man,
you know, nobody. Yeah, like UFC 1. Like we don't need to see the time.
I would like to see a 10-minute round and then the 5-minute round, Pride style. I really liked that. I liked the idea of having a little time to kind of get into the groove of things. Is that why? Just to get a little more time to get comfortable? I feel like a lot of fighters feel like the round ends just as they're starting to get their feet under them.
Yeah, I mean, you know, what I want to see is a finish.
Right.
You know, that's what a fight is, right? So, like, if you do what's been done to me before, where a guy just holds you down for 15 minutes, you didn't really win, right? Like you played the rules. You know what I mean? Like you had
you won the game.
You were smart
right?
enough. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I could say it better myself. Yeah, you won that game. All right, but that don't mean you better fighter. That don't mean you in the long run. Because the idea, right, is that it represents what would happen to street fight or style against style, things like that. So to me, that's the pure essence of a fight.
So then why would you want a bigger cage? I feel like a lot of people feel like the smaller cage kind of gets fighters closer, kind of teases the stand up a little more. So a bigger cage though?
Yeah, so again, that goes back to basically, it becoming a game. Like, you're going to hold me against the fence. You're going to take me down against the fence. Grab the fence, to not get taken down. There's a multitude of different things, issues that case. And, I even would advocate for, someone like a Machida, likes to stay back and pop shot, where he could have all the room in the world to figure out a way to do that.
That's true.
I like that.
So maybe like a kind of like a Metamorphosis, Eddie Bravo invitate, like an open mat looking thing. I like how they did it. They just had this open mat in the middle of a room, obviously no walls or anything, something like that. And it was really big, plenty of room.
Yeah,
that's really cool.
I like that. I mean, again, I get why they don't do it.
Right,
I get everything they do, why they do it. I'm just talking, what I would like from a pure standpoint.
Yeah, for sure. I hate the 12-6 elbows. That's got to be really frustrating for you too. So, considering you training that, you've got to be conscious of throwing those, huh? That's such a dumb rule.
Oh, the downward elbow?
Right.
Yeah, it's garbage. Yeah, that would be number 5 or 6, wherever I left off. That would be. Yeah, that's ridiculous, right?
I don't understand how that is. Is that apparently just more force? I don't get the logic behind it. But
I think originally, I think I could be totally out base here, but I think it originally had to do with them concerned with impact to the top of the head, like compressing the neck, maybe.
Okay, I can see that.
I mean, it's not going to work like that, but it's really stupid.
Yeah, that's silly. That's silly. Okay, and
that's always been my best guess.
Okay, well, that's a lot of changes to the sport. And I asked a question. I was not disappointed. That's a lot of you gave me a nice little laundry list of things you'd like to see change. But there's been. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, I was going to say, that with the way that things are, I guess more realistic changes, like the top of the thing, would be the scoring system. So, I understand that my changes aren't necessarily realistic. Also.
Yeah, but the scoring system definitely is.
Yeah, and it's just garbage what they got right now.
It's like based off of boxing, right? It's based off the boxing scoring system, but I don't see how that's so weird. It's a totally different sport.
Yeah, there's not really very many parallels.
How did you? I mean, it really fucks up a lot of fights too. We get a lot of bad decisions. So just recently, the Lawler Condit fight, which a lot of people felt kind of weird about. How did you score that fight? How did you feel about that decision?
I had it scored for Condit.
You did? Okay.
Yeah, but I wasn't as surprised as most people that they gave it to Lawler.
Me neither.
I take it back. I was surprised the judges gave it to him, but I was torn about who won. I mean, I wasn't surprised that people would have chose Condit or Lawler, but I never would have thought those judges would have chose Lawler. I found it weird that in the current scoring system, the way that fights are supposed to be scored right now, that they would choose Lawler.
Right.
In the terms of, you get what I'm saying? Like in terms of an actual fight, I mean, Lawler, yeah, it was close, you know, in terms of an actual fight, maybe like a Pride-style score system. In terms of the scoring system we have, Conda totally won that fight.
Right. I know one of the issues is, like, for instance, if I'm dominating a round, I've won 4 rounds, but then the last minute I get rocked. Well, who wins that round? Is it the person?
Yeah.
You know, like that's something that needs to be a little figured out. And I also think we need to see more draws. I think I want to see.
Mm-hmm.
You know, some fights literally they're even. You know what I mean? There isn't. I don't want to see someone just have to be picked as the loser because, well, that's how this works. That sucks. You know, then it just.
Yeah.
I think judges should be more okay with giving draws. I mean, I know fighters may not like that, but I mean, you sound like you do. But there's
well,
go ahead, please.
You know, when you you know, you say, you know, fighters wouldn't like that. You know what fighters don't like now is unfair decisions,
right.
and people saying don't leave it to the judges. Well, I'd rather, you know, leave it to the judges and get a draw than leave it to the judges and get ripped off.
That's true. Yeah.
And it's not like anybody's actually leaving it to the judges anyway. Like nobody's in there like, all right, let's see if these judges will decide. You know, I got faith in them. We all know that, you know, we have no idea really who won, no matter what happened.
Yeah, I guess sometimes it just seems so sure that fighters are, you know, they feel that disappointment. There's been a lot of changes this past year. Like in terms of, I know I asked you about what you would want change, but obviously there's been a lot of changes already. One of the things is Reebok, and I know I'm curious as to different fighters' positions on this. How do you feel about this? I know it's affected a lot of people in terms of sponsors. Do you enjoy this deal? Do you not enjoy this deal? Can you not really say shit about it? How do you feel about Reebok?
I don't think any fighter really cares for the deal.
Okay, so you can just come out the bat and say that.
No, I don't think any fighter likes it at all, really. I mean, I didn't even lose money on the deal, really. I mean, I'm in one of the very, very, very few people in a fortunate situation where, you know, I probably didn't lose any money because I'll be at the top tier next to a champion in my next fight, you know, because I have 20-plus fights now. So I'm one of the very few. But, no, I don't care for the deal one bit. And it's kind of like I was saying earlier. I mean, it's not how I would run the business, but I get what they're doing. And,
right.
You know, I understand it. I see why they do it. It's not my thing. It's not the way I would do it. And, you know, I wish I'm not – I don't think that the way before was necessarily the best way either, you know. So, you know, I don't know what the real answer is, but, you know, Reebok, you know – maybe if they were sponsored, maybe it'd be a little different. But you know,
yeah,
these dickheads are getting sponsored that, you know, have done 1/10 of what I've done. So, you know, have a Reebok pitch these motherfuckers. You know, I guess their thing. You know, so you know, being that I'm not, you know, I'm jealous of them. Yeah, you know, say I'm a hater or jealous, whatever. That's fine. You know, because you know they're getting. What I feel like, you know, I've worked for.
Yeah, you put in a lot of work. Absolutely.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I don't feel like, you know, I'm in the wrong for being jealous of these assholes that got, you know, barely any fights and don't really have very many skills. You know, when I'm out there putting on, you know, I feel like pretty decent wars for people,
yeah.
You know, and, you know, and, you know, this fucking shoe company that nobody even heard of for 20 years comes along and, you know, wants to help out certain people, you know, because they're pretty.
Yeah, I would really like to see more, at the very least, more customization by a fighter, the ability of a fighter to customize their own kit, you know, a little more than just having your country's flag. But I know Conor had like green shorts and stuff like that. You know what? I want to see that with the ability to still be able to kind of have your personality and put it on yourself. Because now I don't like the uniformness of everything. It looks just kind of bland and boring. And I mean, just from an aesthetic standpoint, I know nothing about. I don't make money off the deal, so I can only say so much. But aesthetically, you know, I wish that they offered a little more customization, man. Just the ability to kind of make it a little more you know.
Yeah, see, I guess I'm maybe a little bit on the polar opposite side of that. Like, I don't give a fuck about how it looks. Like, I just, you know, either I'm making money off of it or I'm not. You know what I mean?
Right.
And you know, and it's like I said, I don't feel in the wrong, feeling like I deserve more money than what Reebok is giving me, and they won't even give me, some apparel. You know what I mean? Like I emailed them the other day and was like, hey, because I do like their shirts. I don't like their shoes, but I like their shirts and their shorts and stuff. And I was like, hey, I'd like to have some stuff, and they wouldn't send me none. I have to pay for it myself.
What?
It's like, well, you ain't really sponsoring me, then, are you?
That's
so
that's your own gear,
so,
like gear you would be wearing. You'd have to. They wouldn't send it to you.
Well, I don't know about fight kits, whatever. I got those at the fight, and it's not like I'd ever wear those anyway.
Right.
But I know my father-in-law, he wanted one of my fight kit shirts, and I was like, yeah. I was like, we'll just call him up and get you a shirt, no problem.
Yeah, no problem.
It was a huge problem. We did end up getting it, but it was a gigantic problem. It took forever.
Wow.
Yeah. And it's like, man, that's the kind of things that bother me. It's not. Like I said, I didn't really lose much money. I feel for other people that lost money, and that's their problem. You know what I mean? And I feel, I advocate for them too. And feel bad for them. But I mean, in all reality, I can't even get a goddamn sweatshirt or something.
Yeah, no, that's unfortunate. They definitely got a lot to figure out. I know they're also printing like shirts with wrong spelling and then like different fighters' names and like just kind of botching all the merchandising too. It's not even like they're doing that particularly well. That's
that's horrible. Yeah, and then you go on the website, and I was on a few weeks ago, and there's like all this Ronda and Connor, and I was like, damn, like I thought you all was about the sport. I thought you all was trying to help out. You just trying to help out a couple stars that is already rich anyway.
Right. Damn. Are you a gamer at all, man? Do you play any games?
I used to play a lot. Since I've had kids, I don't get it on quite as much as I used to. But I still play sometimes.
Play sometimes. Do you play EA UFC at all? The UFC video game?
I own the game, and my kids, they actually like playing it. But
really,
I never really been into like Fight Night or
okay.
The UFC, even when THQ did it, or the EA. It's not like them games. I like the Battlefield and Call of Duty and shit like that.
Okay, the new one's coming out, and I don't know. I've always wondered if fighters play as themselves. That's got to be surreal, and I just think that thought is kind of hilarious. So I was wondering if that was something you ever did.
my kids always use me.
They'll play as
like,
hell yeah.
Yeah.
Who else are they going to use?
Yeah, right. That's what I get mad if they want someone else. Because I always like, I got two twin boys. And, they always do Matt Brown versus Matt Brown, so I'm the winner no matter what.
You just hack the menu where you're the only fighter available.
That's what I should do, right?
Well, listen, man, I really want to thank you for doing this. It's been a blast. It means the world. You've been a sweetheart. We're huge fans, and I want to thank you for doing this. It means a lot to us, man. And I want to keep you any longer. Man. I know you've got kids. I know you've got a life. You're a full-time father, fighter. So please do your thing. But again, thank you so much for doing this. I hope we answered enough questions from all the Reddit people. But yeah, man, you're a legend, dude. We're huge fans. Let's try to keep in touch. Let's do this again someday. And I can't wait to see you fight again, man. I'm really excited to see what you got coming up. I know that you're, goddamn, probably the best fighter welterweight right now. So I'm excited, dude.
For sure. Yeah, anytime, man. Thanks. I appreciate it very much. And, I think it's the first time I've ever been called a sweetheart in my life.
Oh, that's man. Cool. That's unfortunate. No, you're definitely a sweetheart.
I'm not too sure. I think no, it's good. But I was have to throw out there real quick. Everybody, make sure to check out my own podcast, Great Inmate Debate. We do with me, Dan Martin, Jeremy Loper. Check out my equipment company, which is still kind of getting off the ground a little bit. It's called Immortal Combat Equipment, available at westsidebarbell.com, or westside-barbell.com. And always follow me on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. I'm easy to find. So
awesome, man.
Well, I got to put my plugs in, man.
No, do your thing, please. No, not even. No, absolutely. Thanks so much, Matt. You're a legend, and let's talk soon, man. Good luck to you.
My pleasure. Thank you very much, sir.
All right, brother.
Bye.
Let me, there we go. Well, cool, man. He's a bad motherfucker, right?
Yeah, that was awesome.
I don't know if he can hear you.
I don't know either. That's fine. And I was a little high and articulate anyway, so
okay.
It was like that. I was just chilling.
Yeah, he's a
pretty cool guy.
I love talking to UFC fighters. I love getting the opportunity to pick their brains and just I want to, everybody wants to be a fighter. So to just ask him like, what's it like?
That's a real fighter right there, though, right?
Hell
like even with
yeah.
that same mentality that like he just. Fuck it, like with his whole like rant about like sparring.
That's insane.
And stuff like that. Yeah.
Talking about like, I won like a basketball court, no rounds. Like, what the fuck? You know how many fighters just would not agree to that? Like, are like, no, absolutely not. That's what the sport is now. Well, we don't do it anymore. Nope, sorry.
What's that organization? Is it? I think it's ONE FC that they have. They're implementing a new scoring system where I think it's unlimited points.
Is it ONE FC? Yeah.
And that sounds like a good idea. I don't know. I think the way it works is that they have a certain amount of points for each like a takedown or somebody gets hurt.
They're trying to reform it. They're trying to change it up.
That one made a lot more sense than the one they have now to me. But
awesome. I got nothing more to say. That was cool. He's cool.
Yeah,
I feel good about that.
That's a good way to start off a weekend of fights because I'm gonna watch Invicta tomorrow.
Tomorrow, TJ Dillashaw versus fucking goddamn Dominic Cruz. I'm so ready for that fight. Also, Anthony Pettis and Eddie Alvarez.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
It's just such a match. I mean, that's what if Eddie Alvarez can actually beat Anthony Pettis, which I only say actually because I just don't think he can right now. But if he can, you got to give that guy a title shot.
Yeah,
I mean, you got to at least consider it. It's so there's a lot at stake for this fight because also if Anthony Pettis wins, we know he's still there. But man, I'm so ready. What a great first couple podcasts for the year, dude.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
Well done. I think coming up we got Omar offer at some, I don't know, but we'll figure that out. Yeah. He's coming on. And then we're going to have Alex on again from Star Wars Minute.
Oh, right.
And do another one because
okay.
There's a lot to talk about now because they just announced, goddamn, excuse me.
Season 2 of Star Wars Rebels.
Yeah, and it looks insane.
Shit.
The return of Darth Maul again. Remember we were talking about Darth Maul earlier, Matthew? I was talking about Darth Maul. Yeah. Darth Maul is coming back in Star Wars Rebels, and he's called the Old Master or some shit like that. Apparently, he's like teasing Ezra's.
Wait, that's Darth Maul?
That's Darth Maul. The one that was like when
he's an old man.
No, he didn't. The one he had like a hood on, and he said, "Call me Old Master," and he turned his hood. If you look, it's fucking Darth Maul.
Really? I thought maybe my screen.
We'll watch it again. Watch it again. But
I thought it was just like old guy. I was like, who the fuck? Okay.
Go ahead, Matthew. What did you ask?
Is that like an epithet he got in another series? Or
what's that?
The Old Master.
No, that's just what he referred to himself in this trailer. So I guess that's what he's calling himself now. Darth Maul is the Old Master.
He's definitely alive. He's definitely dark side, so it makes a lot of sense.
What's cool is now he exists in the canon past Episode 3. So now and this takes place 4 years before Episode 4. So he's probably pretty old. You know, he's older, and we're gonna see an older Darth Maul.
Awesome.
I'm super excited. Either way,
I'm really excited about 10 Cloverfield Lane.
Holy shit! Yeah, that came.
Or I guess they're saying it's like kind of like a blood relative or like a spiritual sequel, but it's definitely within the same universe.
Absolutely, I think it might take place after the bombs dropped at the end of the first one. So
Mary
now
Elizabeth Winstead starring. I love her. I love her. John Goodman's on it.
John Goodman. That's a name you can trust.
Yeah,
right there. All right, we're gonna get out of here. Thank you again, Matt Brown. Everybody subscribe on iTunes to Dialect Podcast and follow and do all the little likes and reviews and everything like that. That's nice and that helps us out. So
we love you.
Yeah, thanks so much. I know we got new listeners from Reddit. So thanks, homies. We love Reddit and we love you, and we're there every day.
All
day.
Yeah.
So see you later.